Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Jack and welcome back to another video. And Thunder, thank you very much for allowing one of my videos to be here once again. This one I like to think is a very unique one because, well, up until yesterday I didn't think there were cheaters on Black Ops 3, so apparently there were, and I guess there may be a couple of you that have run into this or whatnot, but more of you that probably have not, because Black Ops 3 for the most part has been a very clean experience, especially when you compare it to Black Ops 2, but my goodness. So I was streaming on YouTube yesterday, and one of my first games I run into somebody that was a little bit questionable. I look at the kill cam, I'm like, man, this guy melted me, and lo and behold, this is the final kill cam. I took a little screenshot of it. M16 Anchor over here. I play on Xbox, so that's his gamer tag. And look at the top right, the amount of perks and the amount of attachments as well as the gun. It's like, yep, this guy is definitely messing around with the game, and yeah, definitely not a good thing. And it makes me question a few things. Number one is, well, will Black Ops 4 be hacked like all the other Call of Duties? My prediction as of right now, I really hate to sound pessimistic, but I also try to be as realistic as possible. And that is, well, it's only a matter of time, so probably. I mean, that's the way it's looking. I mean, Black Ops 2, which is my favorite Call of Duty of all time, some people even ask me, some people that are subscribed to me and that watch me, ask me like, hey Jack, when are you gonna stream Black Ops 2 again? And I'm like, I would, but it's hacked to hell. I tried finding a lobby, and lo and behold, it was it just kept on getting hacked. I couldn't find a lobby for like 10 minutes or whatnot. I kept on searching, backing out, searching, backing out. I couldn't find anything, and I'm like, you know what? I'm out. I'm officially retired from Black Ops 2. And hell, even on my Jack of all trades account, which is not this account here, the stats were hacked because I was doing a fresh road to master prestige or whatnot. Just for a fun stream or whatnot, and we were like almost at the halfway point or whatnot, and then I go to log in. The next thing you know, my stats got hacked. Everything was I was a completely different level. I had I had way different stats, and I was like, oh shit. So it is what it is. Now we all know that Modern Warfare 2 is the king of all hacked Call of Duty games, right? And it makes total sense. That game is old, and it obviously didn't get the support once. I guess once Zempella and West left and all that, and especially after the game's life cycle was over, and when all that started going on, I mean, basically there was no love and support for the game, which is a shame because Modern Warfare 2, among a lot of fans out there, they say that Modern Warfare 2 is one of their favorite, if not their favorite, Call of Duty game of all time, especially when it comes to fun factor. There were just a couple things in terms of balance that needed to be handled, and that game could have kept the community going for a while longer before it finally got too old. But there are still, even though the game is hacked, there are still players that play Modern Warfare 2 that have basically never left. And, you know, Activision has always said, whenever they do one of the community reveals or whatnot, or, you know, one of the things that they always say is that how appreciative they are of the fans. They got the best fan base in the world, and all that kind of good stuff. Okay, it's great to say that, and you're right. We're totally responsible for your success. Supply drops or not, we're 100% responsible for your success. So don't you guys think that one of the things that Activision can do at the very least is continue to support in terms of you know, keeping the game pure, so to speak? Don't you think the least they can do is keep some of their old games pure for at least, like, let's say 4 or 5 years after their yearly cycle is over? I mean, at the very least, you know, keep updating it, because even with now, I know a lot of people have been hating on Infinite Warfare for God knows how long. I mean, a lot of people hate the living hell out of that game. That's fine, and if Infinite Warfare is not your cup of tea, that's great and all, but you gotta give Infinity Ward some props. They were, even though it's only been less than 2 years since the game had released, let me tell you something. Infinite Warfare kept supporting their game tremendously, even post life cycle and post launch after the game came out. I mean, they were doing all sorts of things, and we're not necessarily talking about cheaters and all that stuff. I personally, with my experience, I personally haven't ran into any cheaters in Infinite Warfare last time I played it. which was only like maybe a month or so ago, give or take. those guys supported the shit out of their game in terms of constantly updating it, adding in game modes, maybe removing game modes. Let's see, adding in events, weapons, you name it. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff. You got to give Infinity Ward props for that. I mean, come on. So I wish that Treyarch would, you know, continue to support Black Ops 2, but obviously we know that's not going to happen. And with Black Ops 3, with the screenshot that I just showed you guys, it's begun. People are starting to take advantage of the game or whatnot and changing things around or whatever you want to call it, hacking it or, you know, whatever. And it basically ruins the game, because I know for a fact that, especially if people don't like Black Ops 4, now we haven't gotten our hands on the game yet, so it would be really unfair to say, hey, you know, Black Ops 4 is not going to be good, because we haven't gotten first-hand experience of it. Now, I personally think that it's going to be good. There are a whole bunch of things that are questionable in terms of what they've done with the game, but again, we have yet to get our hands on it. The beta is just around the corner, so let's reserve judgment until the beta releases. And on top of that, with Black Ops 3, I know for a fact that there are still going to be people that are going to be playing Black Ops 3, even during the Black Ops 4 life cycle. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. People are always going to relate. They're always going to go back and play a certain COD that they wish to play, and the one that they enjoyed the most. And the game itself, as I mentioned, has to be pure. And the thing is, this game overall is very, very solid, and it really deserves to get continued support, even though it's been like, what, 3 years now since it's been released. But the thing is, the population is still going strong in that game, and a lot of people are playing it. A lot of people are still trying to get weapons, myself included. The only weapons I've gotten are the ones that I don't want. Basically shotguns and snipers and all those special weapons and those secondaries. No. I haven't gotten any of the good stuff, at least in my opinion. I got that one. I got a couple stuff. I got one SMG, which is the HG40, and I got the one assault rifle. I can't think of it right now. It's got the it's got the delay before it fires or whatnot after you squeeze the trigger. But anyway, Call of Duty games, Activision needs to basically put their money where their mouth is, and I know it doesn't take much. I know it doesn't take much to patch a game up when it comes to things like cheating and all that kind of stuff. It really doesn't take much. I even have somebody on my that follows me on Twitter that watches my videos as well, that basically has said that he ran into the same exact thing. Full perks, full attachments, and I asked him, I said, do you have proof? And he's like, yeah, but they didn't seem to do anything about it. So it is what it is. So hopefully with this video here, we may or may not get something going in terms of trying to keep this game as clean and as pure as possible, because it is a good game, and I think we should have at least a couple more years of continued support on this game in terms of keeping it as cheater free, so to speak, as absolutely possible. And I think some of the people that are extremely into Black Ops 3 would agree with me. And let me know down in the comment section. Have you run into anything like this, or have you, you know, I almost let it go too. I almost let it go. I'm like, no big deal. But I was like, you know what? I've never seen anybody. I never really caught anybody cheating on Black Ops 3, and I've played a lot of Black Ops 3. I've got almost 32 days played on the game as of right now. And this is the first time I ever caught anybody, so I figured, why not? So and like I said, I'm back to streaming on YouTube now. As you can see, I still stream on I do have a Twitch channel, but right now I'm back on YouTube for now. So maybe I'll stream on both, but who knows. But anyway, guys, let all comments be known down in the section below, and that's it. Thunder, thank you once again for having me on here. It's a tremendous honor. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, let me know, and if you didn't, let me know what I could do to make my videos better. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.